On March the 7th, 2023, Saturn moved from the constellation of Aquarius into Pisces, where it will remain until the 13th of February 2026. Saturn's transit took place at the beginning of this year from Capricorn to Aquarius on the 17th of January, 5:04 p.m. and remained in the combust state from the 13th of January, 12:02 a.m. to 11:36 p.m. Then, from the 17th of June at 10:48 p.m, it will retrograde. On the 4th of November at 8:26 a.m, it will again come in direct motion. Saturn remains in Aquarius to the 19th of March 2025. Then after that, Saturn will again visit Pisces. Saturn's return will represent lessons, inadequacy, challenge, your obstacles and restrictions. Known as the god of time, the planet of karma and boundaries, this planet is a wise teacher. The tests it puts you through are to make you a better person. Saturn presents us with the hardest lessons, but also the greatest joys, representing justice, the government, rules and regulations at a collective level, and representing your sense of responsibility and your capacity to build something meaningful for yourself, as well as the ability to show up for yourself and others on a personal level. Saturn, the planet of cosmic authority, also represents structure and responsibility. So moving into Pisces is thought to mean a shift in focus. Pisces is associated with intuition, creativity and compassion. Put them together and you've got all the material to tout the beginnings of a new stage in your life. Now's the time to embrace that new creative endeavour, the business you've always dreamed of, or kickstart your new wellness regime. Saturn is not actually entering Pisces, but crossing the border from Aquarius to Pisces on the 18th of April 2025. Saturn stays in each constellation for about 2.5 years as it progresses through its 29.4-year orbit around the Sun. The Sun didn't move into the constellation of Pisces until the 12th of March of 2023 due to the Earth's wobbling motion, which caused a slight shift in the position of the stars and constellations in the night sky. Although in the past, the Sun moved in front of the constellation of Pisces on the 19th of February. Saturn also represents rules, boundaries, maturation, and the passage of time. Saturn will teach us lessons we'll never forget, but it also reminds us that through resilience and bravery, we're capable of moving mountains. This planet is closely associated with manifestation. It reminds us that reaching our goals takes tenacity and perseverance. The previous dates of this transit was from May the 21st, 1993 through to June the 30th, 1993, and again from January the 28th, 1994 through to April the 7th, 1996. Saturn wants to create and is serious. This planet doesn't mess around. But Pisces dissolves, eludes, and floats in multiple directions. In order to grow from these disparate powers, understand and fully embrace the universal concept of duality. Saturn asks you to work hard and build something that will last the test of time. So now's the time to embrace change and create a new stage of your life so you can shift your life in a new direction. During the next 2.5 years, everyone will struggle to maintain well-established boundaries and to know where others end and where they begin. So be clear of expectations in all relationships and don't lose yourself in others. Embrace creativity and ask yourself, what are you spending your time on? What do you need to correct? Are you sweeping it under the carpet? What do you need to work on? What needs repairing or fixing so you can be more efficient? Share your talent, be creative, and show others what you can do to raise your frequency. Be actively serving and learn to compromise. Share the product or service through your creative ability and just do your best, because if you light a lamp for someone else, it will also brighten your path. Pisces is known as being the celestial visionary artist. This sign is the dreamer, mystical, enchanting, emotional, sensitive, and instinctive. This is a mutable water feeling sign. Its personal creed is I believe. Pisces rules the feet, toes, lymphatic system, and the functions of the glands in general. So in the sign of Aries, Saturn will be your best friend over the next 2.5 years, helping you discover the mysteries of the universe. This planet will be in your 12th house of subconscious mind, assisting you in developing your intuition and connection with the spiritual realm. This journey might bring tough realizations about your past, but it will unearth fascinating revelations that will be critical for what will be your future reinvention in the years to come. In the sign Taurus, Saturn will be in your 11th house of hopes and dreams, reminding you that the power of manifestation always goes hand in hand with action. the law of attraction. The past few years have really helped you figure out what you truly want, and now it's time to rally the help of your peers to make those desires reality. The cosmic teacher will ensure that you focus on community work and connection to bring your most cherished dreams to fruition. So get out there and start to mingle. In the sign of Gemini, Saturn will be intense, so you will be required to work hard, most likely due to a recent change in your status or career. Longer hours, a deeper focus, and increased commitment will be required of you. Good news is that by March 2026, you will be in a much stronger place than you are now. And while career is a strong focus, Saturn's influence is also about examining the role you want to play in society. In the sign of Cancer, get ready to see your life with new eyes, like the joy and wonder of a child. Saturn will occupy your ninth house of philosophy and spirituality, putting to test any deep-seated beliefs you have. While this could feel like an existential crisis at times, you will notice that when you open your mind, the universe smiles at you. The world is changing. You are changing. And that's the beauty of it all. Getting out of your shell will help you craft a new, more exciting vision of your place in the world. In the sign of Leo, you learned a lot in the past few years, and you are in for more lessons. As Saturn traverses your 8th house of transformation, it will bring up themes around personal power, intimacy, and conscious awareness. You will become aware of the reasons behind your actions. If you took a relationship to the next level in the past 2.5 years, Saturn could test your ability to reach real, true intimacy with your partner. In the sign of Virgo, Saturn will teach you a valuable lesson. Relationships are mirrors. You have grown a lot, and the connections that no longer reflect who you are becoming could end. However, the ones that survive will have you learning about mutual support, commitment, and compromise. If you are in a serious and happy relationship, your status could change at some point in the next 2.5 years, as Saturn tends to solidify existing bonds. In the sign of Libra, picture Saturn coming into your office to perform an audit of all your paperwork and back burner projects. But don't worry, you have the next 2.5 years to catch up. While this energy focuses on daily work and tasks, it is also about bettering your routines and wellness practices. Are you eating healthy or sleeping enough hours? And what about your exercise routine? Answering those questions is and will be the vibe for some time to come. In the sign of Scorpio, your imagination hasn't dried up. It is just transforming. Saturn, traversing your 5th house of fun, will rekindle your passion and inner fire, mainly to remind you that when you are creating just for the fun of it, you are at your happiest. The truth is that the past few years have been rough, so it's time to play hard and not only work hard. Focus on reawakening your inner muse. In the sign of Sagittarius, Saturn will take you on a trip down memory lane as it activates your sector of home, family, and ancestry. You could be more focused on bringing literal, stronger home foundations, and maybe even remodeling your home. On a deeper level, you may find yourself exploring your roots in an effort to remove any childhood preconditioning that has been preventing you from reaching your most cherished goals. In the sign of Capricorn, Saturn will have a very mental influence on you as it activates your 3rd house of communication. You might feel pressured to come up with new ideas and make them work. This is an opportune time to write that book or launch that podcast you've been talking about. Acquiring a higher level of education is also a possible route. However, make sure to give yourself downtime, as this is a head in the clouds kind of influence. In the sign of Aquarius, Saturn was in your sign for the past 2.5 years, bringing you lessons about responsibility and perseverance. This same energy now shifts to your 2nd house of money and possessions, which will have you focused on the true value and effectiveness of things. Over the next 2.5 years, embracing the mantra, less is more, will help you reach long-term financial stability, and nothing is more valuable than that. In the sign of Pisces, it's time for an upgrade as Saturn activates your 1st house of self and appearances and personal appearance. You will feel called to change the ways in which you present yourself to the world If there is something about your appearance or identity that you're not totally comfortable with, this influence will invite you to make adjustments, but most importantly, to stick to them. This is an incredibly positive time to begin any health and wellness regimes, which will become the foundation of your future success. So I hope this helps you prepare yourself for what's to come. Remember, everything is happening for you and not to you. It's happening for you to show what beliefs you're still holding on to that no longer serve you and your higher self. As it's now time to release the old, to welcome the new heaven on earth, which is being birthed within your being right now. The outer world is a mirror reflection of what's going on inside you. So if you have peace and love in oneself, then you create peace and love in the world. I hope you all have a great day, my Rainbow Warriors, and I will speak to you again in the next video. Love, light and peace be with you all. One love. Namaste.